The first farmers in southern Africa. Imagine a time thousands of years ago when vast savannas stretched endlessly across southern Africa. This was a world teeming with life. Herds of antelope grazing under acacia trees, lions resting in the shade, and rivers sparkling under the sun. Here, humans lived as hunter-gatherers, moving with the seasons to follow the game and collect fruits, roots, and seeds. Life was tough, but free. Then, something remarkable began to happen. People started observing the patterns of nature. They noticed that seeds left behind near their shelters would sprout and grow. Over time, this simple observation sparked a revolution. Humans began planting seeds deliberately and domesticating animals. This was the birth of farming, and it changed everything. The shift to farming. About 2,000 years ago, in what is now southern Africa, small groups of people began to settle near water sources, where the land was fertile. They planted crops like millet and sorghum, grains that could thrive in the region's climate. Farming allowed them to produce food that could be stored and eaten throughout the year. But they didn't stop at crops. These early farmers also started keeping sheep and goats, which provided them with meat, milk, and hides. Eventually, cattle joined their herds, becoming one of their most valuable possessions. Settling in one place meant they could build homes, form communities, and focus on improving their tools and techniques. This marked the beginning of a new way of life, technology and tools. Farming brought with it the need for new tools. Early farmers didn't have the metal plows or machinery we see today. Instead, they crafted simple tools from wood, bone, and stone. A digging stick was one of their most important tools. It was used to prepare the soil for planting. Clay pots became another vital invention. These pots weren't just practical for storing grains and water. They were also works of art. Farmers decorated their pots with patterns, telling stories or honoring their ancestors. These innovations made farming more efficient and also reflected the creativity of these early communities, cattle and community. For early farmers, cattle were much more than just livestock. They were a sign of wealth and prestige. A person with many cattle was considered rich, and cattle were often given as gifts or used to settle disputes. Communities worked together to care for their animals, building kraals to protect them from predators at night. But farming wasn't just about hard work, it was also about connection. Villages became bustling hubs of activity. People shared food, helped each other during difficult times, and celebrated their successes together. Children grew up learning the skills they needed to farm, herd, and maintain their homes. Farming created a sense of belonging and built the foundations of society as we know it. Challenges of early farming. Life as a farmer wasn't always easy. Droughts could destroy crops, leaving families hungry. Insects and birds could wipe out entire fields of grain, forcing people to constantly guard their harvests. Predators like leopards and hyenas often threatened livestock, and farmers had to be vigilant to keep their animals safe. But these challenges didn't stop them. Early farmers found clever ways to adapt. They built scarecrows to keep birds away, devised systems to store water during dry seasons, and worked together to protect their homes and fields. Farming wasn't just about growing food. It was a constant battle against the forces of nature, one that required creativity, resilience, and teamwork. Cultural practices and beliefs. Farming didn't just change how people lived, it also shaped their culture. Festivals marked the planting and harvesting seasons, with songs, dances, and feasts bringing communities together. These celebrations were a way of giving thanks to the land and the spirits they believed protected their crops and animals. Elders played an important role in these traditions. They led ceremonies to bless the fields and livestock, ensuring a bountiful harvest. Children learned the songs and dances that told the stories of their people, passing down the wisdom of farming from one generation to the next. Farming wasn't just work, it was woven into the very fabric of life, creating a deep connection between people, their land, and their traditions. The legacy of the first farmers. The legacy of the first farmers in southern Africa lives on today. Their knowledge and practices laid the foundation for agriculture in the region. Over time, their methods evolved, incorporating new crops, tools, and techniques, but the essence of their way of life remains. Many communities still celebrate the seasons, honor their ancestors, and respect the land, just as their farming ancestors did. The first farmers were innovators, pioneers, and caretakers of the earth. Their story reminds us of our ability to adapt, connect, and thrive together. We've traveled back in time to explore the journey of the first farmers in southern Africa. Their creativity and resilience changed the course of history, shaping the landscapes and traditions we see today. Thank you for joining us on this adventure. Until next time, take care and remember to appreciate the hands that cultivate the food we eat.
Thank you for watching. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the bell icon for more historical stories.